Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, if you did not know, you're with your lovable nerds. Myself, Hunter, and to my left, the running man, Jeffrey Runyard.
What's going on? Episode 2.
Episode 2, the first ever episode 2 of the Lovable Nerds. So this week we have an awesome show for you guys. We're going to do a quick rundown of some awesome games coming out this fall, and then in turn, some movies coming out this fall that we're both excited for, and a couple that we're like not so excited for, but I know a lot of people are. So we're going to go and talk about them too.
I love how it's like favorite movies and favorite games coming out later this fall, because right now there's nothing going on.
Yeah. So first off, Jeffrey, what you been playing, man? Been playing anything good?
I think I had two. I think I had two set aside for this. Oh yeah. So the first game, it just came out on the 15th. It was Sonic Mania.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Little hedgehog man.
The little hedgehog man. I actually got it on the Nintendo Switch because it was the only usually it's so cool to have a version on the Switch, thank God, because usually it's like, oh man, what do I get it for? I've got like 7 different consoles. What's the point? Like which one's the best version? And then this game is one of those ones where it's like it doesn't matter, except for the Switch one. You can take wherever you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
Switch it is, you know.
Switch it is. Yeah. I was like trying to debate too whether I should get it on PS4 or Switch, and I was like, oh man, trophies are on PS4.
Trophies, yeah.
But Sonic Mania doesn't actually have a platinum or any gold trophies, which that's super nerdy that I would care about that. But I'm gonna get it on the Switch for sure.
So it doesn't have trophies?
It has bronze and silver trophies. Like if you get, I think if you get all of them, you get a silver trophy. It doesn't like it's stupid for me to care, but like I don't know.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
But yeah, definitely gonna get the Switch version of that. Seems super cool to play that on the go. Yeah. What are your impressions of it so far? I've heard it's so if you didn't know, there's 2 Sonic games coming out this year. Sonic Mania is it was made by, it's almost like a fan game, correct? Like it's
the guy who made it. He made the ports for Sonic the Hedgehog, the Genesis games for the iPhone.
Oh, for the iPhone.
Which I don't know if you've ever played them, but they're actually like amazing.
Yeah,
like,
they're pretty good.
It's like really they're
program.
weirdly good. Yeah. Like they are like they're true to the originals, and they play just like him. So they trusted him enough to like make. It's almost like a Redux. It's like, do you remember when Sonic 4 came out? It was like a mobile thing.
Yeah. Okay. Also, so it's like
Sonic 4 was horrible.
Yeah.
And everybody hated it. And this is like the rightful title should have gone to this game, because it's like they took all the old games and meshed them all up, and then like put them in this with new ideas.
Yeah, I've heard like even like some of the bonus levels, which is usually kind of like, I didn't really like bonus levels and stuff like that back in. For Sonic 1 and Sonic 2, but I've heard even those are like really good in this. And
it's weird. Yeah, like I hate the bubble. There's one where you collect the
you're on like
blue orbs or whatever,
checkered plane, and you like turn right. And
originally, it's just like it's like whatever mini game. It still kind of is, but it's just the it's more fluid, and
like
the
gameplay
are
on it's better.
Yeah, and it looks so good. Like the presentation of the
music
awesome.
is really good on it too. I've watched like not a ton on this game, but I've seen quite a bit, and definitely something I'm going to pick up. The
music originally was good in the old games too. So the fact that they just took them and remixed them and made them all beautiful. But yeah, it's weird. I knew I was going to like the game because I'm actually really big. I prefer like classic Sonic to new Sonic anyway.
Yeah, most people do.
Yeah, that's how I am, because I actually grew, like I played the Genesis version when it was like I was little and stuff. You know, so it was like kind of a tailor-made game for me.
Yeah.
So coming from me, obviously I think it's really good, but I've been looking around on the internet and stuff, and I mean, there's people giving it like straight 9s, 10s.
It's Sonic
5s.
Mania. Yeah, there's people are going crazy for it right now. It's just really cool to me to see like so much dedication and love went into it. You know, the franchise has kind of been on the downside for a while now because of all these like different 3D mashups, and like you had like the werehog and all that stuff. But this one looks really good, and definitely going to be one I play. Not even just for the nostalgia feel, but it just looks like a really good game. I saw like the exploration and stuff is back there in the 2D like plain. It just looks really good.
Right.
I have been playing Hellblade. You said you had heard about it a little bit, but
Yeah, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice.
Senua's Sacrifice. Yeah. So this is a
I know
game.
it's on PS4, but I saw it on PC as well. It's not on like Xbox One, is it?
No, it's a PlayStation. It was supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive, but
Because
they ended up
somebody
putting
told
it on
me like,
PC too.
oh, it's a PlayStation exclusive, and then I was like on Steam, and I was like, oh,
it's
there
on,
it is.
yeah, it's on Steam.
So it's just like no Xbox. no.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But this is made by Ninja Theory, who are the ones who made Enslaved and DMC.
Okay,
the
yeah,
Devil May Cry reboot.
Very cool.
Trying
They
to
did a
think
really
of
good job on
what
that
else-
one.
Yeah, so they did Heavenly Sword too, is the other one.
Oh,
the other big
okay.
one, which was a PS3 launch title.
Interesting.
But this one, so I heard they were making it. It's not being published by anyone. It's being published by them. So it's almost like a double A game. It's not quite a triple A game, but it's not quite an indie game. It's like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, like because it looks like it has huge production value, but it's also like a small indie team.
It's really cool because the graphics and the presentation are really good. Whenever I heard it was announced, I thought it was going to be this like hack and slashy type game because Ninja Theory is making it.
Yeah.
It is not that at all.
Yeah. No, I've seen it's almost like more psychological.
You start the game up, and before it says anything, it says mental health advisor is the first credit given on the game.
That's awesome.
It is like, I don't have psychosis,
Right.
but if I did, like, I feel like this game would be very like
Oh, God.
on point with everything. You hear lots of voices in her head. There's not a HUD in the game, and it doesn't tell you any of the controls or anything. How you like learn is like through the voices in her head, which change depending on what's going on, and it is like unsettling. Like, I don't want to spoil anything because it's a really good game. You can I haven't beat it yet, but I'm almost at the end. You can beat it in like I've probably put about 6 hours into it. 5 or 6 hours, and I think
that's the one thing about
7.
it. That's the one thing about it. That's like it's an indie game, so obviously it's not like
but it's only
12-hour long game.
It's only $30.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's really really interesting how the game plays out. It's set in like it's very Nordic with there's lots of Norse mythology like Thor, Ragnarok, and all that kind of stuff is mentioned in it.
Yeah.
But it's done in a weird way. It's done in almost like a historical type way because it's not like these like huge grand, like you don't go to like Asgard and stuff like that. Like it's not like the Marvel Thor at all. It's done more of like a grounded type way.
Yeah.
And there's just some really cool stuff in it. There's a weird mechanic. I don't know if you heard about this. It's not really a spoiler because like you literally like learn about this in the first like 10 minutes of the game.
Oh, okay.
So, there's like this darkness that'll creep up your arm.
Okay.
If you die, and the more you die, like the higher up it gets to her head, and there's a like a little message that says like, if it reaches Senua's head, your progress will be lost and the quest will restart. So, I haven't checked this out because I don't want to spoil it for myself, but like, if this is like a permadeath type thing, if you die too many times, like that is terrifying.
Yeah, there's a is it like cool if we just mention people on the internet? Is that like a thing that
That's fine.
we'll do? Okay. Cuz there's one guy who I don't know if you've heard of Jim Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he so he played through the game, right? And at some point in the game he got punished for like not doing the thing correctly or whatever, and the way the game did it is it just deleted his save file.
Yeah,
and because he permadied. Yeah,
that's like what happens if you die too many times.
Yeah, and then he got so pissed about it because he thought it was unfair in the game.
Yeah, a lot of people
in the sense of the game, which is interesting. And totally his opinion. I haven't played it. I don't have an opinion on this, but he like proceeded to make a review of the game and give it like a 1 out of 10.
Yeah,
and he got huge. Like everybody was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then he turned around and ended up remaking the review and being like, "I was just mad, but still like the fact that he committed to like wanting to be like, I hate this game because it did that." I think that's a testament to how interesting of a
it's weird. It's like a lot of the reviews are good, but it's kind of got a little bit of backlash because of that. I haven't died enough to have that happen. There's not a whole lot of combat in it, to be honest. It's probably like 15-20% combat.
I'm glad we're talking about the gameplay because I was literally going to be like, so I've seen all the graphics look great. Yeah. How's the gameplay? You know, but we're talking about it. So that it sounds interesting.
The gameplay's good. I like it. It's not traditional like hack and slash or anything like that. It's different style combat.
It looked like when every time you get in a battle, you're sort of in a like a small arena.
Yeah,
every time it happens. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people don't like the fact that it potentially could delete your save if you die so many times.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
I was gonna say I'm one of those people who is like, I dig it.
Yeah.
Whenever the Fire Emblem Awakening came out way back when it did, a bunch of me and my friends got it and stuff, and it was like a half thing where half of us were like, no, I like the characters and we don't want them to die, and then the other half was like, you got to play the game the way that it was meant to be played with that permadeath system, you know, because it's got permadeath. And I played through a large portion of the game with the permadeath system, and it's crazy because it's not even like, I can't say it makes it funner, it just makes it more interesting, and it's like a more emotionally connective. It's really interesting.
That's how it does in Senua's Sacrifice, because she has like the mental health issues, and that's very like evident throughout the game during like different cutscenes and stuff like that. But it makes you scared because every time you go into a combat situation, you're more like, at the start, I was like playing like willy-nilly, just going in there like, you know, just hacking around and stuff like that, and then you start to become more defensive and like blocking a whole lot more, like like trying to dodge and just getting your hits in when you can, because restarting, like, it's not a long game, so if it did that, like, it wouldn't kill me like it does some of these people. But like I don't know, I think it's cool. They're trying something different.
I'll probably check it out at some point.
I definitely would suggest it as an experience, because there's nothing I've played that feels the same.
I feel like I say it like all the time, all day, because people are always like, have you watched this, or have you played this, or have you done this? And it's just like, I'm not really feeling the whole very serious and death scenario right now. I'm kind of feeling like playing some Sonic Mania with some bright colors and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it depends on where you're at.
Yeah, because people are just like, man, have you gone to see I can't even think of like a good example of a movie that's just really heavy to watch, you know? But have you gone to see this one yet? And I'm like, I just haven't felt like going to see something that serious yet.
Jeffrey, you know? Have you randomly wanted to watch Schindler's List
exactly,
in the next few days?
It's like, gosh.
But yeah, the other thing I've been playing, well, sort of played, it was just kind of like a party thing. My brother-in-law, my brother, and then one of my closer friends all played That's You. Have you heard of this?
That's
You.
Oh, That's You. No.
You heard of this? So it's actually free right now on PlayStation Plus.
Huh.
It's like a party game, and you use your phone as the controller, kind of like the Jackbox game.
I was gonna say I've played the Jackbox one.
But it's different. It's like you like take pictures of each other and doodle on them, and then basically like what it comes down to is it asks a question, and it's like, who's most likely to do this, and you all vote on it.
Oh, that's
funny. And then like it shows all of your answers. It's super fun, especially if you're like, if you know the person you're playing with a lot, because you like, some really funny stuff happens. It was a blast. We had a lot of fun.
And you just played with three players?
We played with 4, because it was me, my little brother, my brother-in-law, and then my friend.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I definitely think we're gonna play it again. It's one of the.
You go download that or
at least activate it or whatever, because I don't know how long it's gonna last. But, been playing some good stuff. Been having a good time.
Very cool. Did we miss any games that came out? I almost want to look it up, actually. Hold on.
Games that have like released recently?
Yeah, recent.
I know Matterfall came out. Have you heard of this?
Have you played I Am with Troll or whatever? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. It was like the same day that Sonic Mania came out, this other game called like
I know what you're talking about.
It's like the worst game
Observer
on Switch.
Observer came out.
Observer.
Have you heard of this? It's like I haven't played it, so I can't talk a whole lot about it, but it's like a cyberpunk first person like
you're right,
horror game.
That looks interesting. But I've not heard it.
I can't really speak to that. I know the reviews are good. Game Informer gave it like a 9.
Madden 18 came out?
Madden, yeah. Huh. I don't think it's out yet. I think there's a review up for it.
Oh, here we go. This is one. I knew there was something that I was like missing.
By the time this airs,
Uncharted: The Last Legacy came out.
Okay, yeah. I was actually gonna So Uncharted Lost Legacy, it's so cool. Like all the downloadable games.
Oh, it comes out the 22nd.
Yeah, next Tuesday, which will by the time
Day
people are
before
hearing
this.
this, yeah. But so a lot of people are going into the new Uncharted game thinking it's a DLC. Which it's totally not. It's a whole new package.
Like a standalone game, right?
Yeah, it's made off the Uncharted 4 engine. They've added a couple things to it, like lock picking and stuff like that. You play as Chloe Fraser from like the second game, Uncharted 2.
Oh yeah.
And Nadine is the person that's following you around from the fourth game. Who's I'm kind of indifferent on. She's fine, I guess, but Chloe's really cool. It so what had happened was is they went in after Uncharted 4 and started working on some single player DLC, and they started working on it, and they were like, this is so much bigger than what we had like originally thought. So they turned it into like an original standalone title. I've heard it's really good. It's like 85, 86 on Metacritic.
Oh wow.
It's I've heard it's, depending on how you play, it's about as long as the first Uncharted game.
Wow.
So like
and it's co-op, right?
8 or 9 hours. No, it's single player.
Oh, it is?
It's just single player.
Oh, I thought that was the whole gimmick. Okay.
No, it's I think, what was I gonna say about it? Oh yeah, it adds the whole multiplayer suite from the fourth game, so it cross plays with Uncharted 4. Yeah, I've heard it's really good. I've definitely gonna play it. Uncharted is one of my favorite series.
Yeah.
I've heard it kind of feels like the middle chunk of like Uncharted 4. Did you play Uncharted 4?
I didn't beat it, but yeah, I played a good bit of it.
Okay. I played it through it twice actually. You know the like the Madagascar section where you get to drive around?
Yeah.
Like one of the better parts of the games, right?
Yeah.
This game it's in India, and it has an area similar to that, but apparently it's like twice as big.
That's
and
interesting.
So there's a ton of like roaming around and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah.
Maybe Naughty Dog's like testing the open world waters a little bit with this to see if like they might want to make an open world game soon. I don't know. Maybe Last of Us 2.
God, that's weird. That's weird. It just blew my mind because I was like, Naughty Dog didn't make an open world game. Oh, they didn't.
No, not yet.
What's wrong with you? They should.
They're one of the last ones. This generation's been full of them.
Yeah. I was just looking some info on it. Is that it comes out the 22nd? It's actually $40.
Yeah, $40. Yep.
So yeah, it's that's good that they're not making it full.
Yeah,
full
they're not
price.
trying to cheat us out.
Yeah,
there's been some good, like August is usually a really slow month for games, and it has been a little bit, but there's been some good titles like the one Sonic and Hellblade.
Yeah.
Mario plus Rabbids is coming out. If you're a Switch fan,
right.
Which
oh gosh,
at the start I was like, this is terrible. Why would you make this? Rabbids suck. I don't know, but the gameplay looks kind of cool. It looks like XCOM.
Yeah,
like Nintendo's XCOM. I don't know.
That's what everybody's been saying, and I'm just like, well, that's good for me because I don't really dig XCOM.
Yeah,
I don't dig Rabbids. The only good thing about it is Mario, and
you follow like a Roomba around. Did you see, like, the game?
I was gonna say the only good thing about it is Mario, and I can just wait till October.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance eventually. Probably not at launch, but I'll give it just because there's too much.
Unless it comes out and it's like, this is a must-own, Switch title.
I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like 8.
Yeah.
7.5.
It's just if I go to the store, I haven't gotten Splatoon 2 yet. So if I go to the store, I'd be that would be the one I get.
Okay, I was playing that for a little bit too. Splatoon 2 is good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the first topic of the day, or I guess the second topic after what we're playing. Whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about fall game preview. So these are all games coming out from now until I guess the end of the year.
Yeah.
There's more games than this coming out, but I just kind of tried to pick some that the general public are excited about, or Jeffrey and I are excited about. Same with the movies. So first one on my list I got here is Battlefront 2, sequel to the first Battlefront game. First Battlefront game I think came out, and a lot of people liked the gameplay for it and the visuals, but it felt like it was rushed and like didn't have a whole lot of content in it.
Yeah, it's almost like this is good. More,
Yeah, exactly.
More of this.
Yeah. So I put probably like 40 or 50 hours into the first Battlefront, even though there wasn't a whole lot in it, just because I like the gameplay so much.
Yeah.
By the time they added maps and stuff, there ended up being like some space battles and stuff like that. Like the Death Star one was really fun.
The Death Star DLC, I can't remember if it. No, I was gonna say the Death Star DLC should have come out first.
Yeah.
Should have been the first thing they opened with. They would probably still have a better base right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Death Star DLC was cool, but I don't even know if it was necessarily the best DLC. And then, like, Best Spin or something, like, because they came out with them all it was like all leading up to the Death Star one. It was like,
Mos
oh, man.
Eisley was the first one, and it wasn't very good.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, the Death Star DLC, that's the one everybody freaking wants.
Yeah.
And then they wait all the way till they have no like user base anymore to release it.
Yeah, but I liked Battlefront 1 a lot. I thought it was like missing a lot. The gameplay I thought was good though. There's some stuff that I didn't like. The like tokens or whatever. Do you remember that? You had to get a token to like get a vehicle or get a person. They've done away with that.
Oh, good. Yeah.
What they've done this time is you build up points, like score points for like capturing bases or like getting kills. And whenever you have enough, you can use them to like turn yourself into Rey or turn yourself into Darth Maul or like get in a ship.
That's interesting that they do it that way. I wonder, the heroes make sense to do that with. But is that for vehicles as well?
It's for everything. It's for like.
I almost wish that it was worked more like Battlefield, because I dig the way Battlefield plays. Because I feel like if I really wanted
Battlefield 1,
like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, they're all kind of similar in that respect. You don't gain points to be able to fly in a jet. You just
they're just out there.
They're just out there. Yeah. That for the vehicle portion. The hero portion, that's you have to make up something for because I mean the Battlefield doesn't have like heroes, so you know.
Yeah, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm almost positive that you use points to get all the.
And that's actually a carryover from like the old Battlefront games.
It is, yeah,
because that's how it worked before.
I think that's why they're doing it that way.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But it's cool. I like how also this one is adding a campaign.
Yeah,
which takes place after the events of Episode 6, after the second Death Star blows up.
Probably non-canonical, but yes.
Yeah, I doubt. It doesn't really matter. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna play the campaign. I love Star Wars, and
I'll play it.
You play as a Imperial like officer. I don't remember what her name is, but yeah, you play as her, and it'll be cool to see like how the Imperial troops like think about stuff after you know their leader's gone and the Death Star's
that's one area that they've never really explored. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that, and I'm excited for the multiplayer because they're bringing in the prequels, which not a
they actually bring in the prequels and Force Awakens.
Yeah, exactly. And the 8th movie is coming along as a DLC. All the DLC is gonna be free this time, which is good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they tried it with Titanfall, and I think a lot of people like that. Or Titanfall 2. But
That's
a lot of
crazy.
people like that. So all the DLC
I'm so much more hyped for that game now.
Yeah, no, man.
I feel like it's
watched,
going to have a base
E3,
now.
I watched the E3 for it, and I got super excited because I was like,
I liked
Battlefront 1.
That's crazy. Somebody over there at EA is just like, maybe we should do what they said.
I think their EA was like the top 5 like most hated companies.
Yeah, really.
So they got some work to do, but this is a step in the right direction.
No, that's cool. Yeah.
I'm sure the maps are going to be fun. It'll be cool to play as like the clones and the Imperial.
Yeah, I want to be Darth Maul
battle droids
versus battle droids or whatever the fuck. Darth Maul versus like what clone troopers it looked like.
Yeah.
Even though that never happened.
But
yes.
I don't know. It's cool though.
No, I dig it.
Yeah. I'm excited for that game. Comes out November. I don't know the exact date, but sometime in November.
It's November sometime, yeah.
Next one on here I have we have like quite a few games, so I'll try and like
yeah, there's actually a lot of things coming out.
Yeah, it should be a good fall. Next one I have on here is Call of Duty World War II. This is a franchise that's fallen off for me. I think for a lot of people actually, especially
derailed.
I liked Black Ops 3 quite a bit. I always play Call of Duty. I usually give it a lot of time. But Infinite Warfare, I played hardly any on the internet.
It's amazing because every Call of Duty game I feel like there's somebody who's like, no, I liked that one. That one was pretty good.
That one's my favorite.
Even Advanced Warfare, people were like, no, I played that one. That one was good.
Yeah, I played Advanced Warfare.
You know, the only 2 Call of Duty games that I've never heard any good thing from any single person was Ghosts
and Infinite
Warfare.
Yeah.
I was like, I've never even touched. I've never seen gameplay of it. I'm like, that game must be just trash.
Yeah,
wow.
I actually liked the single player quite a bit. It was open ended, and you had like a hub world, and you like flew to different missions.
It
just didn't feel like a Call of Duty game. Like it felt like some like Halo or something like that.
Yeah.
But they heard the feedback and they saw the sales because the sales were way down.
Yeah.
And they're going back to World War II, which I think is a good move for them.
Yeah, there's not much they could do. That was that was one option.
Yeah.
I mean, what was their other option? Like make Modern Warfare 4. It's like
Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, like 12, Modern Warfare 4.
Call of Duty 12, Modern Warfare 4.
But yeah, the gameplay, it's still. I wish they would like try something new with the gameplay. It's still twitchy and stuff like that. But something they did change is whenever you get shot, you can't just like go hide behind a rock for like 2 seconds and you're healed. They changed that, which is good. Some other things, it has a hub world like Destiny, where you like there's like interaction on like the internet. Like it's called like the barracks or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's gonna be weird because if I have to go there to like change my weapon or change my class, I'm not gonna like that.
Yeah.
But it could end up turning out to be something I like. I don't know.
That's interesting. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, I actually read up quite a bit on this one because I didn't know a whole lot about it before.
Okay.
The zombies mode is being made from people from Visceral, which is cool. Visceral, of course, is the people who did Dead Space.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that could be really cool if
Yeah.
they do. I haven't seen any like zombies gameplay yet, but I think it could be really cool if they like flip the zombies mode upside down on its head. I always like the zombies mode. Black Ops 3, I played a ton of zombies mode.
Yeah, no, this is this is the first Call of Duty game that I've been excited for in a while. Like,
yeah, I'm excited for
genuinely
Call of Duty World War II. I think they could do something really cool with the single player too. Some of the best like stories for video games have come out of like World War II like campaigns. So I'm excited for this Call of Duty. I'll give it a chance. I give all of them a chance. I always buy a Call of Duty game. I'm a sucker for this.
Yeah,
and it's familiar to me. And the only thing is for this one, the internet. So like World at War was less twitchy. I felt like way back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
And they've gotten more like Twitch-based, like
it'll
shooting.
be like that. The new one, I feel.
Yeah,
like.
the new one looks like that Twitch-based kind of like shooting, which I don't think works for World War II.
I was gonna say I don't know what it is about it, but because like I was playing Battlefield 1 and
it's not like that.
But it does feel really fast paced though.
It
feels like a lot of reaction time is really used for it. That's another game that I guess I could have brought up. I haven't been playing it like in the past week or so, but I was for like the past couple of weeks I was playing Battlefield 1 because I wanted World War II to come out, or Call of Duty to come out. So I was like, oh, I want to play something like World War, so I played it and it felt really, really Twitch to me while I was playing it and very reaction timey.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it seems like this wouldn't work for World War I, but for some reason there's something cool about it. It's very visceral and like like there's lots of there's lots of like explosions and like debris going all over the place, and I really dig that. I hope that Battlefield makes another World War game, but for Call of Duty, for that to be a Twitch thing, as long as they make it feel like somewhat like it's visceral,
like that auto aim and everything, it just like I don't know, like how
I always take that off in games.
Yeah, but like on the internet it has like a little bit of a sticky aim to it a little bit, or does to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Battlefield 1 was the game I probably sunk the most hours into last year, and a little bit at the start of this year. I love Battlefield 1. So if they could capture anything of that,
they just came out with a DLC for Battlefield 1 recently.
Yeah, I haven't played any of the DLC for that, so
do you still have it on? PS4?
I still have it. PlayStation 4. Yeah. You play sometime, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, that was probably another reason they chose to go back in time a little bit, was because Battlefield 1 definitely won like the shooter.
Oh yeah, they're like
the best shooter last year.
Dang it, they beat us.
Yeah. Finally. I remember Battlefield 3 came out. They're like, "We're up for you, Call of Duty."
We're
Call
out
of
for you.
Like, whatever.
Pizza the Hut's coming out for you.
Next game on here for our shooters list is Wolfenstein 2.
It's weird. If you asked me before the trailer came out, like, hey, what do you think about Wolfenstein 2? I'd be like, yeah, I played the first one. It was all right. I don't care at all.
But
super something
memorable.
About the trailer was like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to play this.
Their
really
E3
bad.
trailer was really cool because it started out with like ads, like German TV ads. You remember that?
Yeah.
There's like the robot, like the that was like with the girl. Yeah.
Every time that video game companies come out with marketing campaigns like that, I'm always like, I think they put love into this, because like Fallout does that a lot.
Yeah, Fallout always does that.
Yeah, and it's like I think they made this game with at least a little bit of love.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Side note, I loved Bethesda's E3 where they had like the like theme park theme to it, and like they went to each one and they're like opening soon, and then it was like Wolfenstein, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
I liked theirs too. Yeah, it was
ingenious.
I actually watched it like while it was live for
Yeah,
a
I
little
did
bit.
too.
Yeah.
I love Bethesda, one of my more favorite publishers out there. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this game. Like Jeffrey said, I played like a little bit of the first one. Thought it was like all right. I think I can't remember if I played like one of the trials or something that was out for it. I didn't buy the game. I kind of want to just so I can beat it before the new one comes out because I feel kind of bad whenever I like play the sequel and didn't play the first one that much. But the id Software like revival that we talked about a little bit last week, like with
Doom and stuff.
Doom was like a game I loved. It was super fast paced.
It's actually going to be awesome if they make a sequel to it.
Yeah, I think they will.
They probably will. Yeah.
It sold pretty decently. It was a super fun game. The soundtrack with like that like EDM metal or whatever. Yeah, it was super cool. I loved it. But Wolfenstein 2 looks great. It has like almost like a cheesiness about the story, like the way people like interact and stuff. And there's like this like band of misfits that your guy joins. It looks like early on in the game. Yeah, super excited for that game, and I honestly can't wait to play it.
Yeah, it looks really good, and it has that. It's got that Bethesda storytelling.
Yeah.
That we've all like where it's like the trailer shows a portion of the game where you're just looking at one character doing crazy things, and you're just kind of staring at them like, whoa, they're crazy, you know? Like, so I dig that.
I saw like the first level, you're in a wheelchair like the whole time, and I was like, that's really cool.
Oh yeah, that was funny. He's just like
you're just like with a gun. You seem rapidly like pushing the wheels around.
I love it because like they brought it to the next generation with like crazy visuals and made it look really good. And then it's still like arcadey and very like over the top.
Yeah.
And that's like that's the perfect way to do it.
There's a franchise that there was a few on the PS3. I can't remember what they're called. Like New Colossus or something. I don't know.
That's Wolfenstein 2 subtitle.
That's the new one, right?
The New Colossus is the subtitle.
Well, never mind. I don't remember what they're called then.
Yeah.
But like they had some on the PS3 and they were like almost, one of them I think was like almost like borderline horror. Doom did the same thing. Doom 3 was like borderline horror, which isn't where those games should be at all. No. Those aren't horror games.
Yeah.
They're action games. Yeah. They brought it back from the ashes with the first Wolfenstein game, which it got great reception and stuff. I just sadly didn't like play it that much or didn't finish it or whatever. But But anyways, it was received really good and must have made enough for them to warrant a sequel, and now they're bringing that franchise back on the forefront.
I think the sequel, because the first game was good. I think this game it has potential to be like much better. And,
I definitely think so. Yeah. Next one on here I have is Destiny 2, and this is the last one for the shooters. It actually comes out September, like first week of September, second week of September. It's
probably a few weeks away then.
Yeah. So Destiny 1 was something I was really excited for at the start. I like Bungie a lot. Those are my favorite, like some of my favorite shooters of last gen.
Yeah, Destiny back like months way before Destiny came out. It's probably one of the most anticipated games I've ever had, like in my entire life.
Yeah, I was very excited for it.
It was number one.
Yeah, and then it came out, and what Jeffrey did. The gameplay on it was good. It felt good shooting and everything.
Yeah.
The mission structure,
I can't even tell you what's wrong with the game. I played it and I was like,
there wasn't much to it.
What's wrong with this game?
And it didn't have like necessarily a story. I remember like playing through it and then having to like replay the same levels over and over again to like
me and my friend played the beta and we were playing it and then the first time we replayed a level we're like, why are we doing this again? Exactly, it's a different objective. And then we went back to that same level and did a third objective, and then he was like, I don't know if this is just a beta thing, but that kind of sucks. And I was like, oh no,
it's an MMO thing, you know.
Oh no. And then do you remember how Peter Dinklage played the robot way back and it sounded horrible?
Yeah, it was bad. I love Peter Dinklage, but that was bad.
Yeah, I forgot about miscast. I love how there's certain examples of miscasting because like he didn't really do a bad job in the like role. It was just like
it didn't fit the little robot guy. Yeah, but so like it was met with I think a lot of people kind of echoed what Jeffrey and I thought. Like it was just it fell flat. Yeah. But Destiny like who would have thought, had like this huge like following that would stick with it for like years.
What the heck?
There's still, I have a friend who got Destiny on his Xbone like whenever it came out, and hasn't, like every time I get online, he's always playing Destiny. Like
That's
I'm
nuts.
like, this is insane. Like how long some of these people have played it.
Yeah, I can tell you the one reason why though is the raids.
The raids.
That's the only reason why people still play that, because there's raids, and they also
like loot.
have
People
loot
love
in the
loot,
game. Yeah. Even though the only thing about the loot, like literally the loot is just stats, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever stick with a game like over a year. I can't. I have to jump around and play other stuff. I never do that.
There's only certain, like I've been playing Overwatch for like probably longer than
Okay, I do go back to Overwatch.
There's certain ones like
Lucio
that.
Ball right now.
Competitive games are like the only times that it really happens. Yeah, Lucio Ball, yeah.
The good thing with Overwatch is the events. Like they keep you coming back with like new skins and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I was just making fun of someone for wanting loot, but I'll go back to Overwatch to get a,
it's like, man,
get
why
a
do you want
DJ
loot?
skin for Lucio. So I guess people.
Well, at least it's a visual thing. Destiny's like, man, this gun's got 26 damage. It's like,
yeah, but so like after like the big, like everyone stuck with it, and it actually really improved. The game got way better, like with DLC, like with the Taken King or whatever.
Yeah, it did get much better.
Got way
after
more
that.
missions, got better loot, got like.
I remember whenever the Taken
stuff.
King came out, I actually wanted it, so I picked it up, and I'm like, I'm gonna give this a second chance. And then I played it, and I'm like, this is a game finally. So
Yeah, it's almost what it should have like released
been at
as.
launch, yeah.
But all of this to say, I'm actually pretty excited for Destiny 2. Something I didn't really want at the time, like whenever Destiny 1 came out, just because I was like, it's all right. But pretty excited for that. They've added new subclasses. They haven't added any new like main classes, but I think they've added new subclasses, which should break it up a little bit. They've also they've said that your character will transfer over that you had before.
Oh, that's cool. Because I was actually
only thing is
Yeah.
is that the level will transfer over.
The
so
level?
I was, like your
Oh.
character level, and I was like,
Shit.
well then why are you transferring this guy over if he's gonna stay the same level?
Transfer your character over, except his stats.
Yeah.
What else is there? Oh,
His robe?
like just what his face looks like. Yeah, his robes.
His robes.
That's awful.
But anyways, pretty excited for that game. I hope it like really catches my interest. I've seen some gameplay on it. The missions like look really cool. Like they look like single player esque type missions, and I know some people that are gonna get it this time. So I'm like, oh, I'll play with a bunch of you guys.
Yeah.
And it's coming out in September, where there's like, besides the stuff that we talked about for August, I don't think there's really anything else coming out.
Yeah, they're pretty smart in that aspect. They picked us an area that nobody touched.
Especially for shooters. All those other shooters we said aren't coming out in September.
Yeah, obviously they were like, we're not coming out in November. That's not happening. And then they looked at the summer and they're like, that's kind of weird, So
it's kind of like in the middle.
Yeah, they just went somewhere in the middle with it, which is fine. And if there's absolutely nothing around it, I might get it too. I was actually going to ask you, do you think that Destiny 2 will have the power to take all the people from the first game? Like, will the first game the life will be sucked out of it? Yeah.
I think so. I think there will be some people that stick around.
Yeah, I was going to say it'd be really
they're
awkward.
too afraid to like lose their stuff.
Yeah, it'd be really awkward if Destiny 2 came out and then the fan base went over there, and then it sucked, so they went back to the first one, and then the second one dies.
It's like Melee.
Yeah, and then
like
the first game,
or not Super,
like
Super
Brawl.
Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah.
Like how people stayed with Melee.
Yeah. Except for this is an online game, and the whole point of them existing is to be online. So like, if people go to second one for a little bit, and then it's terrible, and they go back to the first one, that'd be so awkward if they just killed Destiny 2 like so fast.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see what'll happen though.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
The only I got a little irritated whenever Destiny was launched or whenever they like announced it, because they're like, we're making a trilogy. And I don't like whenever games do that. Like,
oh, they've already said they're making a trilogy out of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they like their E3, and I don't really like whenever games do that, but oh well.
They say kind of crazy stuff all the time though, because I remember when the first game came out, the guy that was up there was like, "This is a game that will last 10 years."
Yeah,
and I was just like, what does that even mean?
I think they're like trying to say like franchise.
The 3 games, yeah.
I don't know. But so we're gonna go ahead and shift over to action. I put action / RPG ish because like where we're at with games, a lot of these games have like aspects of other things in them, like actiony, RPG.
Yeah.
Let's see here. First one I have on here is Assassin's Creed Origins. Game we talked about like just a smidgen, just a smidgen last week. It's the first one since Syndicate, which was decent enough, but I guess the sales weren't good enough because they took some time off, thankfully. Assassin's Creed been an annualized franchise since Assassin's Creed 2 came out. 2009, 2010. I don't know. It's been annualized for a while now, and it just kind of started feeling stale. You know, running up stuff and then stabbing a guy, and then running up stuff and stuff.
Yep.
This one's made by the people who made Black Flag, which I think is one of the better ones.
Yeah, I like that one better than
with
the past couple.
the ship combat and stuff like that. That was one of my more favorite Assassin's Creed games. I like the franchise quite a bit. I've played all of them.
Wow,
even
that's crazy.
Unity. I didn't beat Unity, but I played it, and I played Syndicate quite a bit and liked it for the most part.
That's nuts, man.
Yeah, I like these annualized franchises. I'm the only reason that they keep making them. It's people like me.
Oh my god,
stupid people like me. But no, this one I think looks pretty good. It's gonna go back to it's supposed to be like the origins of how the Assassins started. Story wise, don't really care that much because I liked the story a lot for a while, and then they just like kind of like forgot about it.
Yeah, it seems like they could have placed him in a portion of history because they placed him in a cool portion of history.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of cool stuff because it's in Egypt, right? And it's like ancient Egypt.
Yeah, the cool thing is that we don't know a lot about like ancient Egypt and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. But
you know, we know, like, I'm not saying like we don't know anything, but
don't
like,
put any, like, I wouldn't do any biblical stuff, but I would definitely like
across Moses.
Yeah, like Moses is up there and you're just like, hey, look, Moses. Oh, cool. No, like don't do
Creed
like
games always do stupid stuff like that. They're like, hey, Benjamin Franklin helped you like
Franklin. I kind of think that it's funny and kind of cool, but I hope that there's historical stuff that happens there. It's not just it's in Egypt. You know, because like there's
like Pharaoh.
in the era that you're in, there should be the Pharaoh who would be correctly the Pharaoh in that time period.
They do a decent job with that stuff. They just kind of like give you like famous people and let them like be a part of the story. Sometimes that doesn't make sense, but it's open-ended mission structure, like I said last week. So like you'll be able to play the missions anytime you want to, like Zelda, like Breath of the Wild. Which is gonna be weird for that because it's such a story-based like franchise. I feel like with the sequences and stuff like that. Yeah. That I don't know how that's gonna work out. I hope it works out good.
I don't know. I think it has it has potential for me. I think I really don't dig Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, a lot of people don't these days, but I do.
Yeah,
So
I played. See, whenever 2 was out, I played it, and when it first came out, I thought it was a great game. People still to this day, and probably maybe even you, are like, that's still like a 10 out of 10 game. It's perfect. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's got problems.
Oh yeah, they all have problems.
It's got major problems, and
tailing
it's
missions
dated.
suck.
It's dated horribly. I don't know if you played it in
the
a
climbing's
while,
terrible.
Yeah, it's dated horribly. It's not a game that I could throw on right now and be like, this is so freaking good.
A lot of cut and paste whenever it comes to the map structure.
There's way better games that came out back then that you could throw on and be like, oh yeah, this is still a great game. Rather than Assassin's Creed 2. And then I played 3 and I thought 3 was good. And then 4 was like, I was like, this is going to be a great franchise. Like,
Black Flag was really good.
Because I really, really liked it. I'm like, I like how this time they're going with the pirate thing. And it feels like I'm a pirate. And it feels like I can do whatever I want on the sea. Like, that's freaking awesome. What are they tackling next? And then I think like they immediately proceeded to make something so boring that
I made Unity after that.
Yeah,
which was probably the lowest for the series. I think Unity is the reason they took a year off, not Syndicate. Gosh. I just think Syndicate was already in the production that they couldn't yet. Yeah. But Unity didn't work at the start, and like a lot of people didn't like it. It had some RPG aspects in it that were kind of cool, like with like loot and stuff like that. But I hope it turns out to be good. We'll see. It comes out on the same day as Wolfenstein, so I probably
it comes out on the day to end all days.
Oh yeah, Mario's coming out on that day too. Yeah, I probably won't get around to this till next year.
Yeah, I looked up after a few days after you told me that October 27 is like the biggest media day ever. I looked it up and I was just like every time I was scrolling up and looking at all the things that were coming out, and I was just kept getting more and more baffled.
Yeah, there's
a
lot, man.
Oh my gosh,
there's a lot.
Can you please chill out with this stuff? Oh
Stranger
my goodness.
Things too, man. That's gonna be probably what I do on that day, actually.
Yeah, and I like that it's like right before Halloween, so that's like super hype. But
so
there's so many things.
I have some other ones on here, but just for time's sake, I'm gonna skip through them a little bit.
Yeah.
So one thing I definitely want to talk about here is we were gonna talk about Crackdown 3, which was something I was moderately excited for. Not super excited for, but something Xbox hasn't had anything this year. I don't think I've played a single exclusive on Xbox this
Oh
year,
my God,
which is
that's really
bad
bad.
because
It's
I
like
bought
August.
the system and like
Yeah.
it like I'm not like mad about it. It's just like I'm a little bit worried for Microsoft right now just because they're so far behind in the console race
Yeah,
this
that's
gen.
really not good. Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're pulling like a Wii U and saving their stuff for their next console. That's what it feels like.
I'm sure because the X is coming out like at the end of the year.
Well, I
and then
mean,
they'll
like,
put all the stuff on there.
yeah, but I mean, like, even further on, like the Xbox 2 or whatever, like whatever is their next iteration that doesn't play
I
Xbox
see.
One game.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels like they're kind of doing that because so Crackdown 3 was announced in 2014 of E3. I think they had originally thought it was going to come out like fall or winter of 2015.
Gosh.
And they went radio silent for a little bit, and then they came back they came back last year and said something about it, and then this year they actually showed it off with like Terry Crews is like a character in the game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it looked good enough that I would like turn on my Xbox and play it since it was like, you know, it's no Xbox games are exclusive, but it was not on PlayStation 4
Yeah.
because all Xbox games are on PC if you didn't know. But
Nope.
they announced yesterday that it's been delayed until next year, and I don't mind when games get delayed. Like whenever Red Dead was delayed, I'm like that's fine. They're good about that. But this game's been delayed so many times that
I feel like
I don't even care
They
anymore.
needed the one because I'm like looking through
They
the
don't
list
have
right
anything,
now,
man.
and I don't see anything this year. They needed one game for 2017.
Yeah, they
that
have
could have been it.
another game I had on here was Cuphead, but Cuphead's not going to bring that many
It's
people.
not a full. Yeah,
It's not,
it needs one full.
It's a 2D. If
and
you don't
not
know,
full,
Cuphead
not
is
Forza 7 either. That doesn't freaking count.
Yeah, they have a Forza
as
every
good as
year.
Forza are good. Or, yeah, as good as Forza
They're good.
are.
They're good games,
Yeah.
but they, they're a little one dimensional. I don't know.
Yeah. No, well, yeah. It's the 7th one at this point. So yeah.
Yeah, Forza 7.
You can't. Yeah.
It's annualized too, so like everyone knew that was coming out.
Yeah.
But they need something. PlayStation's had a ton this year. PlayStation's had Neo, Nier, Persona 5. I'd almost put Uncharted in there. Horizon, my game of the year, came out only on PlayStation.
That's right, Horizon.
PlayStation is fine. PlayStation has a ton of exclusives. Next year they have God of War and Spider-Man.
Oh,
Freaking
man.
Spider-Man is only coming on PlayStation. Like PlayStation's doing fine. Nintendo's doing fine. We talked about Nintendo a bunch last week, so I don't even have to say anything about that.
Oh,
but
Nintendo has done enough in the past like 4 months
yeah.
that it's like thank you guys.
Yeah, but Xbox is just they've been behind this whole time, and I think part of that has to do with the way they're making these games because so the new God of War looks completely different from the old one, and like the new like Horizon wasn't like another Killzone, you know what I mean? And the new Halo feels just like Halo 4. Gears of War feels just like Gears of War 3, and then Crackdown looks just like Crackdown 2. They're just like little upgrades to their older games, and like they're like shooting themselves in the foot right now. I'm a little bit worried because I don't want to see Xbox go away. I like Xbox.
No, yeah. Have you actually looked at the breakdown between the two? Like,
I have
okay,
not.
here's all of Xbox 2017 Xbox One exclusive games, right? Halo Wars 2,
I forgot about that.
Crackdown 3,
Which isn't coming
which isn't coming this
until
year.
next year.
Cuphead, Super Lucky Tail. I don't even know what that is.
It's a platformer.
Okay, and then Forza 7, and then this is PS4 section right here. This huge section.
That whole page.
Yeah, this is already released right here. So, Gravity Rush 2, Tales of Berseria, Neo, Persona 5, Horizon. I don't know what Danganronpa. MLB Show, Yakuza, Nier. Parappa the Rapper Remaster came out. I totally forgot about that. Loco Remaster came out. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy just came out recently.
There's something for everyone.
Ni no Kuni 2, Hellblade. I'm going to skip a few, but like Uncharted Lost Legacy. There's like Undertale's coming to PS4 specifically, I guess.
It's coming on Vita too.
That's freaking Knack 2's coming out this year
Knack 2,
apparently
yeah.
as well, which is not, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age came out on PS4. The PS4 is killing it right now, man.
It's killing it, man. And it doesn't look like it's going to slow up next year. They have Spider-Man. Spider-Man's
awesome.
coming out just on PlayStation 4. Like that's like insane to me.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to mention this because I was like excited for something, gonna turn on my Xbox, play Crackdown 3, and they delayed it till next year.
Yeah,
And
I love how
next year I'm probably not gonna care about it.
Yeah, I love how they're like Xbox One X has like the best gaming console hardware in it ever made. Do you have any games?
No, but it's good console. You know, it's like
a lot of people's like favorite games of the year right now are Neo, Nier, Persona 5, or Horizon, and Zelda.
Yeah,
Those are like
and Zelda.
and Zelda.
And Zelda.
Those are like people's favorite games of the year. And if you're an Xbox owner, you can't play any of them, and it sucks. I feel really bad.
Yeah, sorry for. I hope the Xbox gets better because I like.
I want to see it get better.
Yeah, I like all systems.
I don't want
it
to go away, man.
Yeah, we are not a bunch of PS4 people over here like snobs, or anything.
Yeah,
like that. We like all.
I'm just
all
trying
systems.
to figure out what they have.
If Sega came out with a system, I would cry. That's how much I like systems. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. PlayStation even has like baseball every year. Like you can't play a baseball game on Xbox.
You can't
MLB
play
The Show.
baseball game
not
on
Xbox. Okay, so we talked about that for a little bit. How are we doing on time, man?
We're like 50 minutes.
Okay, so one last game I want to talk about because I like the first one a lot. And then we'll move on to movies for you people. Then patiently waiting for the movie talk. Shadows of Mordor or Shadows of War.
Oh, I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet.
Yeah. So this is one. There's a couple more I had on my list, like Evil Within 2.
I think I need to make. I think I'm gonna make a top 10 like video of like what my favorite upcoming games are gonna be, because like Mario Odyssey and Shadow of War are honestly both up there.
Shadows of War is gonna be really good. So it's the sequel to Shadows of Mordor. I can't remember it's Warner Brothers Games published Lord of the Rings game. It's a actiony game. It introduced something really cool though, known as the Nemesis system.
Yes.
Which is like kind of unheard of. I haven't really seen this in a game before.
And since, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been the only thing. I thought for sure a bunch of people would copy it.
Yeah.
So basically, if there's like it's a system in place that enemies, like not even bosses, but like just enemies you fight, if they like kill you or if they like do something, they get promoted, and you can actually see in the game like each like individual enemy has like a name and like a rank.
Yep.
And so like the orcs or whatever, they have
they're
like their
all
own like,
Uruk-hai,
personalities. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll it wasn't like a super easy game, so like I died a lot.
I died, yeah.
Yeah. And
I retreated a lot too.
Yeah, it's super cool though, because you'll get killed and like this orc will get promoted to like officer or whatever, and then you'll be fighting like in the like just a mission, and you'll see that same orc will come up and like a little like little tiny cutscene will play, and if they like kill you again, they might get promoted again.
Yeah.
And it is like the most satisfying thing to have like one of those orcs that gets promoted up to like like general or something, and you finally kill him.
Oh yeah, dude,
it's amazing.
Awesome.
And it was really cool too, because you could like hurt them, or you could like kill them, and then they might come back like missing an arm or something.
I love how
you get battle damage.
No, I love how the gore is the gore is so intense in that game that it has to be rated M, even though really there's no like human gore. It's just all orcs.
Poor orcs.
Poor orcs.
But yeah, it was a good game. I thought the story was cool, and it like showed like a different side of like Middle Earth that I hadn't really seen before. It kind of caught a lot of people off guard. It won some Game of the Year awards, actually.
Honestly, probably Game of the Year, like that, whatever year that came out. Honestly,
might have been mine. I'd have to like see.
It's up there. Yeah, it's just everything about it. It's got the gameplay is fantastic. The graphics, I didn't even like the graphics are really good, and everybody digs the graphics and everything. But I didn't realize how good they were until I put it. I actually have it on PC.
Yeah.
And I like upped it to max settings, and I put on the one skin where you play as the hand, the dark hand or whatever.
Yeah, I got you.
And like I was like standing there, and the sun was like setting in Mordor, and it was shining off of my armor, and I was like, this game is one of the best I've seen. Like, it looks so good.
It was a really good game. I really liked it, and they announced. I knew they were gonna make a sequel because of how like the reception, and it sold really good.
Yeah.
But the sequel is adding. So it's like an improved, like expanded type Nemesis system. And it's also adding like these huge like battle things.
Yeah, it's like they're finally taking the large scale like Lord of the Rings warfare and almost like bring. I hope it's like large scale, because it looks like you can just fly around the battle while it's happening. It's like
I saw someone on like a some kind of beast. I don't even know what it was.
I think you can fly a dragon or something.
Ooh.
Yeah,
dude, if you can fly a dragon, this I don't know. 10 out of 10, Hunter Albert. I
can't remember if he's flying around on a dragon or it could have been the Nazgul thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, this game looks fantastic, and I cannot wait to play it.
looks
Comes
great.
out, I think, October.
Please. Oh, it's on October 10th. Yeah.
October 10th.
I was
There
like,
you go.
please don't say it's October 20th. Might as well be though. Dang,
Yeah,
I'm
October
already gonna
10th.
be broke.
Why do they always do this to us, man?
October is always. It's been like this for the past
October and
couple
November,
years.
man. Both of them are like insane. But
Yeah.
yeah, gonna be a great game. I can't wait to play it. I've heard the end game is really cool. I don't know if I should say it because it's like kind of spoiled.
The end game of Shadow of War.
Yeah.
Already, people know it.
Well, like there's like a system that comes up at the end of the. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Okay.
It has a really cool end game too. You can look it up if you want to. It's out on the internet. Like
Yeah.
the game designer had said like what it is, and it's really cool.
Interesting. I've not heard of this. Cool.
We're gonna go ahead.
It's
my voice
Go
crack.
ahead.
Go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the movie, our movie preview. You said we're probably at like an hour.
Yeah, it's actually not bad because I feel like there are way more game topics than movie topics this time around anyway. So, but if you want to, I mean, if you've got a lot of movie, we can go off it.
We'll
It's been
just
about
talk
an hour,
however
though.
long we want to. This might be 2 episodes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So fall movie preview, and all of these movies are coming out before December. We decided to section off December because Jeffrey and I are huge Star Wars fans. If you couldn't tell by our Battlefront talk, and we're probably gonna spend an episode just on not Force Awakens, Last Jedi.
Yeah, every time a Star Wars movie comes out, it's like the biggest event of my life, I swear. Because, I mean,
And now it's like annualized by Disney.
Oh, gosh, dude. I've been watching these movies since I was like 3 years
Yeah,
old.
same.
So, it's probably my favorite, thing ever, just like Star Wars is my favorite thing. But, yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah.
But
See, we can't even talk about it. We're not talking about this week.
We
But
can't.
yeah, Star Wars.
because Star Wars. We'll have we'll probably do some kind of like Battlefront review where we talk in depth about Battlefront 2. Because I assume you're probably gonna get it. I'm gonna get it at launch.
yeah.
And then that'll be around the same time as Last Jedi.
Yeah.
So first movie I have on my list is It, because it comes out I think the soonest of all of these. It comes out in September.
I actually, this is really weird right before we talk about this, but I actually the other night I kept having nightmares the other night, and I would wake up and fall back asleep and go right back into the same nightmare, and the new It was all in them.
Oh wow!
I've only seen the trailer like twice, and it was like months ago.
Terrifying.
Dude,
I
it
would
was
just
the
not
worst.
sleep. Yeah.
I felt like sick to my stomach the whole night.
God, man.
And when I woke up, I didn't really know what was happening until I woke up, and I was like, "Why did I let that happen?"
So it's from. I assume you probably know what it is, but you might not. So it's based off the Stephen King book. It looks like it's based more off the book than the original TV movie adaptation was. Which, if you haven't seen, I totally recommend you not watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen it.
It's garbage, man. It was like a miniseries back in the 90s. I want to say the 90s.
All I
early
know
90s.
is what's his name played. I can't think of his name.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry, yeah.
He's really good in it, but he's not in it enough, and the acting is garbage.
Oh.
I do not like it.
I do not like it.
But some people it holds like a nostalgic feel for it. I remember I posted on Snapchat that I absolutely hated that movie, and then I got a bunch of people saying like, "No, that movie's good." But anyways, this one looks legitimately terrifying to me.
Yeah.
I hope it's not too jump scary because I don't like stuff like that. If it's just cheap thrills or whatever.
Yeah.
But I saw like another trailer, and Pennywise is a character. He's not just like gonna show up and just scare people, because that in the book, he's like his own character. He's not just a like this like thing that just goes around like eating people the whole like time.
Interesting.
Like, he's
so
a
he's
character.
gonna have like lines of dialogue.
Oh yeah,
and
definitely,
everything?
definitely.
Wow.
He had quite a bit in the like the original.
That's making
and the
me
book.
like that's giving me goosebumps just thinking about him talking. To
Oh
people.
yeah, man. He'll be his own character.
Woo-hoo.
It looks pretty darn scary. It has kind of like a Goonies feel to it to me.
Yeah, it's weird. As soon as the trailer started, I thought it was the trailer for Stranger Things 2.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
can
oh.
see that.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But yeah, it looks pretty scary, and I hope it's not just jump scares.
Yeah,
But
I'm interested to
we
see.
shall see.
I always like how Stephen King responds to things, because he seems to respond to things exactly how you wouldn't think he would,
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, The Shining was such a good movie, even though it's different. I hated The Shining.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah, it'll be interesting to hear his take on the new movie.
but then he
yeah.
likes some other things
I
that's
agree
like,
with that.
I don't think he likes Shawshank Redemption, I guess. And
Interesting.
it's like, that's crazy, man.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
But I was looking it up. The director is the guy who directed Mama, which is had like Jessica Chastain in it. I don't really remember it that much. I've seen it,
So they kind of picked up,
but like it was like a
no-name
decent
guy?
film, if I remember right. It's
Yeah.
like a couple like moves into like a spirit or
Is it
supernatural
a
like,
horror
house
movie?
or something like that. Yeah, it was a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
There was actually two. There was like I think there was a Spanish version of it, and
Interesting.
then he did the American. He might have done the Spanish one too. I don't know. But so yeah, it looks good. We shall see if it plays out to be good. I think it's gonna make a lot of money regardless, though. People always underestimate horror films at the box office. Recently, this last week, the Conjuring movie, Annabelle
Yeah.
2,
Annabelle
made
Creation.
like $35 million, which I did not expect at all.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit for. I think they spent like 10 on it.
And
10
it R-rated too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still need to see that. I will see that because I like The Conjuring.
Apparently, it's better than the last few or last one that
the
came
first
out.
Annabelle movie was garbage, but
Yeah.
I had a bad experience in the theater. But anyways,
Yeah.
let's see here. The next movie I have on here also comes out in September. I don't know if you have heard of it. I put it on the list because I'm pretty excited for it. It's called Mother. Have you heard of this?
I've seen one poster. It's got Jennifer Lawrence in it. That's what I know.
That's it? No. Yeah, just Jennifer Lawrence. You just stare at her.
Just stare at her.
This
Yeah.
is a good movie. Ugh, no,
Like,
no, I'm
is
just
it,
kidding.
like
but-
it could be anything too. It could be like a thriller or a drama. I don't
So
even know.
yeah, so this movie has been held in secrecy until last 2 weeks ago, when they released.
That's
They finally
crazy.
released a trailer for it. It comes out in September, and they hadn't released any kind of
That's nuts.
marketing besides a poster and this one trailer that came out last week. It's filmed by Darren Aronofsky, the guy who did Black Swan. This is his big movie that he did, which is kind of like
Interesting, because it's very like one of those psychological
sinister.
things.
Yeah. It's a good movie. But Mother has basically, like, from the trailer, Jennifer Lawrence is her husband is Javier Bardem, who I like quite a bit.
He's good. Yeah.
And they live like kind of secluded in their own house, and some unknown visitors kind of like run amok. The trailer's very ominous. Like, you don't get a whole lot. There's just lots of like very scary looking scenes.
You're next. No.
But yeah, you're next. But yeah, it has a kind of like a Rosemary's Baby feel to me. You know, like the old film about the lady who was pregnant and her neighbors were like putting a curse on her. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. It's a pretty good movie. But yeah, it looks like that. I think it could play out to be really good. The trailer was like very creepy and very like interesting to me. Jennifer Lawrence looks like she's trying in this one. She doesn't. I like Jennifer Lawrence a lot, but she doesn't always try.
No. Yeah.
Her
Her last
some of the
bunch of
Hunger
stuff
Games
has
you can
been
tell.
kind of like, what are you doing?
I loved her in like Silver Linings Playbook and in American Hustle.
She was just in that Passengers one, and it's like, this is just a kind of a,
That was a horror
kinda-
movie.
yeah.
It was fine.
But it's not like she didn't. She usually does really, really well.
Yeah,
and stuff,
she
you
can
know?
she can be a great actress. So
Yeah.
I hope that one plays out to be good. That's all I'm gonna say about it, because I don't know a whole lot about it because it's been held in secrecy.
Yeah.
But the next movie on my list I have is The Kingsman 2, which
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited for. The first one caught me off guard. I saw the trailer for it, and I saw some of the marketing and stuff. Came out, I think, on my birthday. But anyways, and I was like, it looks all right. Looks like a little like James Bond ripoff, and it was so good. It was really funny. The action scenes were like crazy and like insane and kind of gory, which I didn't expect. It was-
Wow. Huh.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it was like rated R going into it and everything, and I was like, oh wow, this is super good.
Yeah.
The new one, so it's based off a graphic novel or a comic book, if you didn't know. And
I actually did not know that. Yeah.
there you go, man. Little nerdy news for you.
Very
'cause
cool.
I know a bunch of useless information. But anyways, and the second one looks to play off those aspects like a lot. Like, it looks very comic booky. There's like a guy with like a robot like arm that has like a grappling hook on it.
The trailer for the second movie was so good that it made me want to go see it, and I've not even seen the first one.
You haven't seen the first one?
No,
Oh man,
I-
you definitely got to watch that.
Yeah,
I think
every time I go and look for movies, I always forget about it, and then I don't ever see it anywhere.
You know,
is it
if-
still like an expensive like Blu-ray to buy?
I don't know, man. I'll let you borrow it.
I need to
But
go
anyways,
look for it.
it's a really good movie if you haven't seen it, and the new one looks crazy. They added like some new cast members, like Jeff Bridges is in it and Channing
Yeah.
Tatum, which I wouldn't necessarily be a Channing Tatum fan, but I just saw Logan Lucky and he
yeah.
was really good in that. So
Really?
yeah, or he was good in it. I would say he was really good, but he was good in it. And
Yeah.
I want to see him in more other stuff. But yeah, Kingsman 2 looks great. It's coming out September. I want to say September 22nd.
Oh yeah, I need to see that first one quick then.
Oh yeah. Next one on here is one I know you'll like, or well, maybe not like, but you at least like the first one. Blade Runner. Blade Runner 2049. The very long-awaited sequel, I think.
I think it has the new one's got it's got like the potential to be like an A+ movie. You know,
it looks like something
really
that could be
does.
like Mad Max Fury Road for me. Which
Yeah,
is like
it
my
looks
favorite thing of
so
the year,
good, like-
definitely.
Yeah, like even if the movie is not as good as people think, even if it's boring, the visuals from the trailers is just like I can already tell that it's gonna look so good.
Dennis Villeneuve is directing it. He did Arrival last year, which
Okay,
was
yeah.
nominated for Best Picture of the Year. I loved it.
Dude, that's so exciting that the guy who made Arrival is making Blade
I know,
Runner
right?
2.
Yeah,
That's
and that movie
dope.
had incredible visuals too.
awesome.
Roger Deakins is
He's
the
one of the best.
cinematographer.
Yeah, one of the best.
God, I'm such a yeah.
Deakins is awesome.
He also made Sicario and Prisoners, which are movies I like as well.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott has
See, I
been
thought for the
involved.
longest time I thought he was the director of it.
So I
he's
love
the
Ridley
producer,
Scott,
right?
but I kind of excited to see someone else's take
Yeah.
on it since it's this guy too that he's like proven as a really good director. I'm really excited to see what he does for it. And
Yeah, the younger guys with fresher ideas can bring in some good stuff for a franchise. Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for that one. But
I like the Ryan Gosling and
yeah.
Harrison Ford aspect of it. I really didn't think I would because as soon as he got cast, I was like, I don't know about this, but now
looks good.
now I like it.
Also, Jared Leto is the villain, which everyone hates his Joker.
Is he not the best like choice for the villain of Blade Runner though?
Yeah,
He,
yeah.
like,
I was
it's
about to say though,
perfect
he
for
looks
that.
perfect in that
Yeah.
role though. He like is like
He's super
voice
creepy,
wise,
yeah.
and like he looks super creepy, and like I like Jared Leto in other films, not as the Joker. So
Not as the Joker.
but yeah, it looks great. I can't wait for that movie. Probably it was coming into the year. It was top 5 most anticipated for me, and now it's probably number 2 next to Star Wars.
Very cool.
but,
Yeah, that's awesome. The end of the year's got so many cool things happening. I'm
That comes
so
out
excited.
sometime in October. I don't
Probably
remember
October 27th. No.
the- Oh God.
Jesus, I don't even have enough time to watch all these and play all these things.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But new Blade Runner is going to be awesome. It's kind of weird that they're making a sequel to it to me a little bit because the first one became a cult classic, but at the time it was released, I think it actually lost money.
Yeah, I think so. It was a flop, I'm pretty sure.
It was a flop. It came out around the same time as E.T. or something like that.
For one
And,
thing, it was the horrible studio cut of the movie, so it probably wasn't even a very good movie.
If you've never seen the original Blade Runner, go back and watch it, but watch the final cut or the director's cut.
Director's one, yeah.
Or the
Because originally
international
Harrison
cut.
Ford
Don't watch
did-
the original.
Yeah, in the original theatrical version, I'm pretty sure Harrison Ford does some kind of weird narration.
He does.
Narrated voiceover. I've never even seen it because I've only seen the director's cut, but he does like a narrated voiceover. My dad was saying that it just doesn't work at all.
I'm pretty sure he did it bad on purpose because
Oh, wow.
because they wanted a happy ending to the film.
Oh, man.
So
yeah.
and him and Ridley Scott were like, nah.
This bullshit. Yeah.
But yeah, really good movie if you've never seen it. It's one of the like top 5 sci-fi films of all time for me. I love it. It's like neo-noir
Yeah.
kind of. Anyways,
It's
really
real
good movie. You should go see it. Next one I have on here is Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. Looks so good.
So it looks so good. That's all we had to say about it. No,
Yeah.
but so not a Thor fan. I'm not a Thor fan, but
Me neither, yeah.
this new one looks really good. They have finally kind of taken the craziness aspect from the comic books and are trying to like put that into the film.
Yeah, the other Thor movies have the same tone as like maybe like the Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
A little bit because so it's got like it's bright and funny sometimes, but it's also it's too a little bit too serious, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't.
They should have
it
done
doesn't
this from
fit the character.
Yeah, they
at
should have done
all.
this from the beginning. That this whole like crazy, colorful, comic, blast of just fun.
So the director is a guy who did Hunt for the Wilder People, which I don't know if you've heard. It was a really small movie last year, but it was one of my more favorite like top 10 movies. He's hilarious. Like his movies are hilarious. Like he almost like strictly makes comedies.
That's awesome.
Well, Hunt for the Wilder People is kind of like I don't know, like an adventure comedy kind of thing. I don't know, but he makes really funny movies, so I'm excited to see what he has to do with it. They're bringing in the Hulk,
Yep.
and Doctor
Of
Strange.
course. Yeah, which is weird because he wasn't in. I mean, he's not in any of the trailers, and they made it seem like he was going to be kind of a main character in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems
at the end of Doctor
I feel
Strange,
like he's just going to kind of pop in at some point.
Yeah, I think he might only be in it like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see more of him. I love Doctor Strange. I like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, so I'm excited to see more of him. Also excited to see the Hulk more. A lot of people want a Hulk solo movie. I'm on the other side. I don't really want a Hulk solo movie. I like Hulk showing up.
They've
with
tried
other
it twice.
stuff.
As soon as when people try the same movie twice and it doesn't
Fantastic
work
Four.
either way. Yeah. Oh, they've tried it more than twice, but
3 times.
yeah, whenever movies try to do a movie more than more than once, and they fail both times or up to however many times they do it, it's always like, all right, your chances are like you've done this.
I'm fine.
you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
I'm fine with Hulk showing up in other stuff. I love Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk too, so I'm excited to see him in more stuff. And it'll be cool. They're doing. It looks like they're kind of mashing up the Planet Hulk storyline from the comic books, which is really cool to me.
That's awesome.
That's one of the better like Marvel one-offs.
Yeah, and it works so well with like the upcoming Infinity War and stuff because it's it's almost like the Avengers in space. Like it's like what's coming up here
it has a Guardians of the Galaxy feel to it, which is never a bad idea. Well, it can be for like if you're making like a Batman movie.
You can actually tell how much they injected into it. They're just they're like, what do we do to fix this? And then it's almost like they got a syringe that just said Guardians of the Galaxy on it, and they're like, because even the title and pops up just the same way and stuff. Yeah.
Kate Blanchett is playing Hela in it.
Very cool. Yeah. She
She's a
looks
great
really
actress.
cool looking in it.
And it's an interesting choice. Not someone I would have thought to be in a Marvel movie, but I like that she's coming along to this side.
Yeah, she's a great actress. So
Tom Hiddleston's always plays Loki really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that movie.
Best shot in the trailer, Hulk versus Fenrir.
Oh yeah,
so cool.
Oh yeah, I
dude.
forgot. Jeff Goldblum's in it too.
Yeah. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Jeff
he's
Goldblum.
Like the he's like.
I forgot he's the guy that's
saw,
like up there in the Gladiator. Thing,
if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy, that's a spoiler. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's like he has something else to do with the Marvel universe. If you know like his character's name, you'll see
Jeff
later
Goldblum
on.
is just all you need to know is he's in it. And
he's gonna be a
great.
really cool character.
Yeah.
Just wait. Next one I have on here is I put Ish next to the name because I'm not super excited for it, but I am excited for it, but just because I love the source material so much. That's Justice League.
Oh yeah.
So
I figured if you didn't bring it up, I would have brought it up. So.
Yeah. Justice League is something that I don't. The trailers haven't looked great to me so far, but Wonder Woman was really, really good, and Batman's still my favorite comic book character. DC's if you know me, you know that DC is my favorite comic book universe easily over Marvel. And Marvel films are better, I'll give you that, but I love DC. And DC will always be my favorite characters, my favorite like origins, everything.
The Justice League is the one comic book that I wanted to turn into a movie more than anything else. Yeah. Like I remember whenever like Spider-Man 2 came out, me and my dad were watching it and we're just like, that's crazy if they took Batman and they put him with Superman and then he's like, yeah, they could make like a Justice League movie. Ever since like that, it's been just every year it's like, when's this Justice League thing?
And they've tried
then they
it.
finally announced it and we're just like, I can't believe it's happening. You know?
George Miller was the
that would have been so good. Yeah,
back in like 2000s, that would have been really good. Guy who made Mad Max, the Mad Max series,
that would have been so
amazing.
cool.
I wish we could have had that, but it's fine. The new one looks good. It doesn't look great to me yet, but
it's very up and down. There's lots up and down with it. There's parts of it that look fantastic, and it's like, this is great, and then there's parts of it that's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
you know.
I still like Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he did a decent enough job as him. I mean, Christian Bale is like really, really good, but Ben Affleck's fine. But yeah, I like Ben Affleck as Batman. That was probably really loud, but I like Ben Affleck as Batman, and excited to see more of him. I'm not sure what to think about the Aquaman that they chose. I like Jason Momoa, Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. Have you watched that?
Yep.
I like him. Don't know how I feel about his Aquaman yet. He looks like he might be like the comic relief for the movie, which is a little strange to me, but it could be cool. The Flash they chose for it is Ezra Miller, who's a decent enough actor. He was in Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah, it's a weird choice. All of the choices, I think we
they're
have
a little
to.
strange. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think we have to just agree that all of the choices for all the 4 members are really strange.
Also, to me, it's strange that Cyborg is in it because
yeah.
he was a Teen Titan. He wasn't a Justice League member.
Exactly,
He might have
yeah.
shown up a little bit, but
whoever the casting person is.
yeah, I'm surprised Green Lantern or Martian
they're
Manhunter.
mentioned, so they might be in it. But they
they
got mentioned in the
mentioned
trailer. But yeah, you're right. They're not in. Like that would.
He's not one of the main characters, at least.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I'd love to see like Tyrese Gibson play Jon Stewart.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
But I hope it turns out really good. Joss Whedon has been brought. There was a tragedy.
I know
with,
how
Zack
much
Snyder,
weird stuff
which
could
really
happen with
sucks.
this movie. Yeah.
Do what?
I was gonna say I know how much weird stuff could happen with this movie. It's crazy.
Yeah, so there was a tragedy that happened with Zack Snyder, and he had to step away. I think after filming was done. But they, as all movies do these days, they've been doing reshoots, which doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. Rogue One went through a ton of reshoots, and it turned out pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah. Although we all want to see what that director's cut looks like. Right?
I would like to see that director's cut of Rogue One, but yeah, So I hope this turns out to be good. Joss Whedon, I think, is gonna like add to it, even if it's just little stuff. He was the guy who made Avengers and Age of Ultron, and he's also done like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and stuff like that. But anyways,
Right.
I'd like to see this turn out really good.
Yes.
Wonder Woman was great, so I have like decent enough hopes for it. We'll see.
Yeah, if there's like one movie that I could pick to be like I know it would be foolproofly like bang, that one's gonna be perfect, it would be the Justice League because everything else already looks like it's on the track to being at least good, except Justice League. That's the one that's like it could go either way.
All of these movies we've mentioned so far, I'm like terribly excited for, and I think they're gonna.
And then you
good.
get to Justice League, and it's like,
kind of like
I'm excited, but I'm scared. You know,
we'll see. I always love what Zack Snyder does with the visuals. His visuals are the closest to seeing a comic book on screen we'll ever have. I think he did a great job in Batman vs Superman of the visuals.
Do you know anything about? There was a recent thing that I guess somebody watched whatever cut of Justice League is currently like the final cut. And they're saying they said
it's unwatchable.
Yeah.
But I was telling one of my closer friends that there was also reports going around saying that Wonder Woman was a complete mess and that it was like this terrible movie. And it came out and was like really good and everyone likes it.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying it might have Best Picture chances somehow. Yeah. Anyways, I hope those reports aren't true. I hope it wasn't unwatchable.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
Let's see here. No. Okay, last movie. I guess the last movie we'll talk about, unless you had any more you want to talk about.
I don't think so. We've covered pretty much all the ones that I would be anticipating coming out.
So there's a lot of like independent films that are coming out like these next few months, but sometimes they're hit or miss. So I didn't want to talk about them too much. And a lot of times they come out of nowhere, like Moonlight last year or like Spotlight the year before. They kind of come out of nowhere sometimes, and I don't even see trailers for them, and then I just go see them at the art house theater we have here, and I'm like, oh, wow, that was, like, amazing.
Yeah.
But last one on here is a sort of independent film. It's called The Disaster Artist.
Oh, my God, yeah.
So, this is a movie, I guess a mockumentary, you could call it?
Yep. Well, yep.
Sort of. Because it's not really making fun of...
It's like a biopic, but it's a comedy biopic, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a biopic about one movie called The Room, which is considered by a lot of people the best movie of all time. It's terrible. It's garbage. It's it has so many lines in it that you've probably seen in memes or on stuff like just like how bad it is. The guy was Tommy Wiseau.
He's a Polish. I think he's from Poland.
I don't know.
He's from Poland. He came over to America, and he wanted to be a filmmaker. And he actually raised the money for the film himself, I think. And a lot of people think that he might have done like some, let's just say, some bad things to maybe get the money for it.
Yeah, I think he did.
So it's one of those really interesting topic movies where it's like, the movie's really bad, the production was really bad, but very entertaining to
It's
watch.
hilarious to watch if you watch these like. I saw it on Adult Swim one time.
Yeah.
Because they were like they like pranked the audience, and it said
Yeah.
Family Guy was on, but
Back
it was,
on April Fool's Day, yeah.
Yeah, that
But
was
I don't like. I
refreshing.
feel like the making of the room would be like, I don't know if that exists. If there's like if there's one of those reels,
A
you know how
reel,
they make
yeah,
how
I
they
don't
make
know
the
if they would've
making
had
of
money to do
movies.
that back
I don't
then.
know if they made the making of the room back in 2003, but that's what this movie's trying to set out to do. It's like, we're gonna give you the making of the room.
So-
just James Franco as like the
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau and
James Franco and Seth Rogen actually
Yeah.
like adore the room. Like,
Yeah.
apparently they're like
Thank God they're big fans of
sort
that.
of fans of it.
Yeah.
But so like the original guy, he had this envision of like how he thought Americans acted and like
Yeah.
talked and stuff like that. And like you see people walking around like throwing footballs randomly or like yeah. It's really funny. Like I'd highly suggest watching it before you go see this one. But James
yeah.
Franco is directing The Disaster Artist, and he's acting as the main character in it.
Yeah, it's super cool.
The real guy is it says he's in it.
He's
and-
got a cameo in it. I don't know what he's
yeah,
gonna do though.
and I've heard he was brought along as an advisor for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing. That like gives it the authenticity that it, you know.
The cast list is insane. I'm reading.
Yeah, the
it right
cast
now.
is awesome.
So Seth Rogen's in it.
Yeah. Seth Rogen plays. I actually looked into it because I really wanted to know what. I was like, what is Seth Rogen? He's not the director because Tommy Wiseau was the director of The Room. So what role
Yeah.
is Seth Rogen's character supposed to be? And I looked it up. He's actually the script advisor of
Oh,
the
wow,
film.
interesting.
So that's why he's like
Yeah.
telling him his lines.
Yeah,
So that's real.
The teaser is fantastic for this.
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. You got to see the teaser. Yeah, if you haven't.
Bryan Cranston's in it. It says Bryan Cranston's
amazing.
playing himself.
Yeah,
though.
Bryan Cranston is playing his past self in the movie.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's so like fourth wall breaking and
Yeah,
just
this
beautiful.
is gonna be great.
It's beautiful.
The reviews for it are really good. So this movie,
They must
was,
have came out Bryan Cranston and been like, "Can you be in my movie, Bryan Cranston?" You know, like
Yeah,
Tommy
way back in the
Wiseau.
day.
That had to have happened. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I can't freaking wait.
But yeah, I think South by Southwest is when this was unveiled, and
Yeah.
it got a standing ovation.
Yeah,
And there was like people clapping for it for like minutes after it was over, and a lot of people are saying this has like serious Oscar chances,
yeah.
which is crazy because it's a
Oscar
comedy.
contention. Yep.
Dave Franco is in it.
Yeah.
James's little brother is
Yeah.
Zac
So
Efron.
it's actually based off of the book by. So in the movie, the two main characters are Tommy Wiseau, who plays Johnny,
Johnny.
and Mark, who
Oh, hi, Mark.
I can't remember the guy's name, the actor's name who
I
plays
have no
Mark,
idea.
but he wrote the book that
Oh,
this
I
movie's
did not
based
know
off.
there was a book.
Yeah, so basically the only reason this is a thing is because the guy who plays Mark saw all this stuff happen, you know,
Yeah.
and was like, this is crazy, because obviously he wasn't from Poland, he's from America, and he's like seeing all this stuff happen, so he's like, this is absolutely insane. So he wrote a whole like autobiography about it, and that's what the movie's based off
Oh,
of. So
wow.
that's why it's so, you know, it'll be factual in some in a lot of cases, I'd say.
This cast list is. I keep reading through.
And that's
it.
who Dave Franco's playing, is he's playing
Yeah.
Mark. Yeah.
Okay. J.J. Abrams is playing himself.
J.J. Abrams? I,
guess,
wonder what
I guess
involvement
he went
he
to
had.
J.J. Abrams. Is
Oh my
the point.
god, dude, that's awesome.
Josh Hutcherson, Sharon Stone, Adam Scott's in it.
That's
It's
so
gonna
cool.
be great. I can't wait for this movie. This one is gonna have a weird release date because it's an
Yeah, when does that
independent
come
film.
out?
It says
I know it'll have one of those things where it's limited release and then wide release.
yeah, it
right?
says wide release is December 8th. So
Oh man, that's so far.
yeah, I thought it was coming out before that, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that movie. Can't wait for all these movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're in for a really good fall movie and video game season. We'll keep you updated as we play and see stuff. I think the next big one I'm gonna go see is probably it from that list. And then Kingsman and Mother and those come out around the same time.
Yeah.
Video games, Destiny. I'm gonna play Destiny. Is the next big one I'm gonna play.
Yeah, I think next weekend for movies, there's literally like no big thing coming out.
Probably not.
Like no huge wide release movie coming out.
Yeah. Anyways, we appreciate you guys listening. That's all
Yeah.
we have for today. Like I said, or I guess I haven't said it yet, but go ahead and subscribe, leave us a comment. We have the last video up there. We go in depth about Nintendo and Dunkirk, which is probably our favorite movie so far this year.
Yeah, definitely mine. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.